Hey everybody, welcome back to Life Below. It is time for our weekly recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 12, episode 7. What would Michelle O do? So let's just get into it. We'll start with Cynthia. I'll just wrap all of their stories all together. Because there really wasn't a lot going on. Well, I guess the end was interesting. But other than that, it really was kind of stale. Anyway, we'll start with Cynthia. Cynthia, it opens up. We're at Cynthia's house. Kenya pulls up or whatever. Cynthia's basically asking her about some closet ideas because Mike is supposed to be moving in a little bit more. Not like permanently, but just like coming to the house more, staying in Atlanta more basically, or whatever like that. So her closet was a mess. Like it was, well, the one room that she made into a closet was just like a mess. There was no organization, no nothing. The first closet was all right. It just looked like a regular old schmegular closet, something that we really don't see on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Kenya was basically giving her 2 cents, like put an island right here and then have your side, this side yours, that side Mike's and stuff like that. And when they went into the first closet, Kenya was like, "So he gonna be moving in? Y'all engaged and you ain't tell me about it or like that?" She was like, "No, but that's in the works and stuff." And she was like, "Well, don't you think y'all should be talking about where he gonna stay at before y'all get engaged?" Kenya, really? Cause ain't your husband in New York and you in Atlanta and you still trying to get him to move down there? So y'all really ain't talk about it. And that's the same thing Cynthia was y'all they got married behind the scenes and in 3 months, and he's still living in New York. So stop, kettle. But anyway, they was basically just chit chatting and stuff like that. And Cynthia had brought up the way Kenya came into the party and stuff like that. And she was saying how Marlo had a problem with everybody being all around her and talking to her and stuff like that. The problem I think Marlo mainly had was it was her event. You came in there and crashed, and then everybody paying you some attention, and it was her party. So yeah, I would have an issue with that too, Marlo or not. I think any of the girls would have had an issue with that if she would have crashed their party and then everybody surrounding her, talking to her as if it wasn't their party or whatever like that. So I don't see why she mad at Marlo for what. And then she had shaded Marlo talking about some what she said. She was like, Marlo always personally attacks people and all this other stuff, and the only thing she pulling out is an 80-year-old dick or whatever. So what? If she like old people or old men, let her love on an old man. Old people need love too. So, like, whatever. That's the only thing you got to say about her. And then Kenya was all like, "Oh, well, I must have stayed too long for the party because I had wanted to know she was the one recording me and stuff. And I needed to find out because it'd be a shame that I was talking to her for all that time. And then she was the one who was recording me." I don't think it's Marlo. Like I said, I think it's, what's that girl name? Oh, shoot. Something with a T. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Tavana. You know what I'm talking about. I think it's her because the way she answered that question, who said I was recording in it? Who says that? Like, no, it should just seem like she just, whatever. I don't think it's Marlo. I don't know why Kenya got this hard on that it's Marlo. If anything, Marlo has shown in the last few seasons that she's been on this show, if she don't have nothing to hide. If she got something to say to you, she gonna say it regardless. She gonna scream out stuff. Like it's like she was saying, but Cynthia had said though, Kenya was like, oh yeah, she was yelling out stuff, talking about that's why she paying child support for her kid and blah blah blah, which is probably bogus because ain't the baby with Kenya 100% of the time. But regardless of that, it's like Marlo gonna say whatever she got to say. She not gonna record you. And what would be the purpose of her recording Cynthia during a conversation and then giving it to Nene? Like, I don't see her doing that. So I don't even understand why she think it's Marlo. But anyway, Kenya started talking about how tough her marriage was with Mark. They started talking about what Michelle Obama said, like, know your partner and then learn how to argue with your partner, which is good advice because those are things you need to do. And then Kenya making it seem like it's like Mark abusive or something because she was saying how he argues, but he just get angry where to the point he don't even want to talk or whatever like that. So I don't know. I don't know why she painting this man out to be like that. But like I said, I don't. That whole relationship is fishy to me. At the end of the episode, or towards the end of the episode, we see Kenya later on. She meeting with her little attorney, or a attorney or whatever like that, and she was basically talking about protecting her assets and stuff because her and Mark don't have a prenup. And she wanted to make sure all her assets get passed down to her daughter, which makes sense. They was talking about the difference between a will versus a trust. And the producer in the confessional was like, well, why isn't Mark your power of attorney? And she was pretty much like, because Mark would have a problem with going along with decisions that he didn't make type thing. So if she put down he the power of attorney or something like that, he would have an attitude on what decision she made versus what he wanted to make. I don't think that's the issue, but because I think like she already know like the relationship wasn't going to last or whatever. Like I just don't. Tell me what y'all think. What do y'all think? Like was this? I don't want to say it was like an arranged marriage or they had like a deal set up to where she had his baby and that's what it was, but that's what it feel like. Because if you're marrying somebody, why wouldn't they be your power of attorney? And then you may have a backup in case that person died before you or whatever like that, which people usually make it their children, but her child is, younger or whatever. So why wouldn't he be your power of attorney at this time? Like, it just don't sound right. It just, I don't know. It just, like, y'all already know. I don't really feel like the relationship was all that would they make it appear as if it was. But who is me? Anyway, Kenya started talking about she had no prenup and that it might change, and then she started crying and stuff. But I don't know if she was crying because her relationship was about to end or she was crying because they was talking about like death and her not being there for her daughter. So I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she was crying because it was a lot of death talk and then she wouldn't be there for her daughter type thing. That was pretty much it for Kenya. Let's go on to Candy. So Candy, they was just chilling in the kitchen or something like that, and Candy got a call from Riley, and Riley was asking could she get like this vintage was it a Fendi bag? A vintage Fendi bag, and it was like $168 or something like that. And Candy was like, no ma'am, you need to use your own money. I was like, okay, Candy, because I was surprised. I thought she was gonna say yeah, but she was like, no, you need to use your own money. And Riley was like, okay, or whatever. She was talking about how Riley and Kayla will be in New York together, but she doubts that they'll visit each other that often because they live in the same house and they barely speak to each other. So she was just like, it's going to be real interesting. Carmen came to the house and they was just kind of talking about her makeup. I don't know, because she had lipstick in her hand. So Candy sell makeup now? I know she do the whole, what is it, bedroom Candy bedroom? Candy bedroom by Candy, something like that. But that looked like real lipstick, not like a vibrator lipstick. So she sell makeup now. Is she working on selling makeup? That's interesting. But Carmen was like, you put this on your lips, I don't know where your mouth been or whatever. So because she was like, I ain't want to just pop in, because Riley not here. She was like, but Ace is still here. She was like, oh, okay. So anyway, they was just talking about Todd and his little adventures and stuff like that. He done brought a tractor trailer. What he about to do with that, y'all? And Candy was like, yeah, because he done opened up a Mexican restaurant and he talking about a breakfast by the OLG and it's just too much. And yeah, because they got the OLG. I think they got two OLGs. And now he's talking about a Mexican restaurant, the tractor trailer, the breakfast by OLG, the new baby. So Carmen was like, y'all got a lot going on, and y'all got 2 kids and all this other stuff. And she was like, yeah, we just had to break it down and stuff. And then Carmen was like, well, do y'all even got a room ready for the baby? And they was talking about changing Kayla's room to be the baby's room or whatever. And I'm still like, they don't have no extra rooms in that big ass house that they could just make that room up the baby's room. Or is that room closest to their room? That's why they try and make it a baby room. Because I just make it make sense for me, please. Candy was saying like she was worried that Todd and Kayla's relationship would be more separate and strained because like she was like they not even talking this week, and I don't know if they go to if with her moving to New York, if they'll still be talking or whatever like that. She don't want their relationship to be even more separate and stuff, so she said she was worried about that. What else happened with that? And then so she was talking about how Riley clashed with Todd sometimes. So she thinking it may be like a girl thing, but they just had a baby girl, so I don't know. I mean, that baby's still young, so and she so he got time to kind of work on and fix what the mistakes or whatever like that. And she was like, the more kids you have, the more chances you get to make the right choices. No, girl. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because it could be actually harder the more you have, or it could be easier or whatever. It just depends. Then we saw her with Kayla. Kayla, she get ready to move to New York. So, we see Kayla. She got all her bags and stuff. She downstairs in the kitchen talking to the housekeeper, chef, cook, whatever. She was making breakfast and stuff like that. And Kayla was telling her how she had an anxiety attack and how she's just nervous about the whole big move to New York and stuff. And what was her name? Miss Peggy. She was like, "You'll do fine, darling. You'll do fine. Don't need to worry." And Candy came down with Ace. That was so cute when he was saying his little prayer. And then Candy was just basically talking to Kayla like, you gonna miss us? Have you thought about us? Whatever like that. And she was just gonna take her to the airport, not drive up there to New York. Everybody wasn't flying up there to New York again like they did with Riley, which I kind of thought was kind of like y'all couldn't do that for her. Like, I don't know. Because everybody drove up there or flew up there to see Riley off. But Kayla, they just gonna put her on the plane. Todd then went out of town. Candy with Ace. I don't know, what she had planned for that day. But they was gonna put Kayla on a plane by herself and just send her by herself. I don't know, because she's 23 and Riley's 16. But I mean, come on now, let's do things similar, like, or whatever. Put some more in. Make it like you're more interested or whatever like that, because she was nervous and everything. So I ain't like that part. But at any rate, and I don't think Candy really liked it either, because she was saying she wished she could do more for Kayla that she do for Riley, but Todd is pretty much like, no, she got to do stuff on her own. Let her, figure out stuff on her own. So, I mean, I think Candy had an issue with Kayla going up there by herself, but she couldn't do nothing about it. So, anyway, that was it for Candy and them. And then who was left? We got Portia and Nene. Okay, we'll do Nene, because we'll save Portia for last. Nene and Greg. It was just Nene's scene was basically her talking to her life coach. Basically the life coach came over and they were talking about how, Nene has grown and she is not popping off as often. They show like clips where she was popping off and stuff like that. Y'all know how she do, what she called a nay or whatever. So she was just showing like how her growth was and stuff. And what else? She was saying like how she likes the sisterhood, but the sisterhood disband or whatever. And the sisterhood, you rely on your sisters or whatever like that, your friends to, talk to when you're having a bad day, or, when you're having a good day, you just want to chill with your girls and stuff like that. And she said she missed the sisterhood. My thing is with Nene, it's like every season, she always got a falling out with these girls. Like, you ain't learned she been on this show for 12 years. Minus 1 year. Because 1 year she wasn't on the show. It was 1 year she wasn't on the show. But she been on this show for long. Like, she started this show. Okay? So, she should know how to move or whatever. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, that's a long time for you to still be acting and doing the same thing you doing. Like, you still moving the same way, regardless if you're talking about, oh, well, I don't, she did this, she did that to me, blah, blah, blah. But you've been falling out with people each freaking season, minus the one. because she wasn't on the show. She is falling out with these girls, and it's mainly because of her mouth. Like, she always acting like she big and bad, and she pride, all this pride getting in her way. Like, just shut. Sometimes you just gotta shut the beep up. Sometimes you just got to. You just gotta shut up. Just be quiet and listen to what people telling you. Like, she just be falling out with everybody. Like, that stuff she said to Portia, that was unwarranted. Like, why? Just why? Like, you didn't even have to go back and forth with her, calling her fat and all this other stuff. Like, that was unnecessary. So now you're not even close to Portia. Like, come on. Like, you should just be doing too much. And then the fact that she was just like, she didn't want to apologize because she didn't know what she was apologizing for and all this other stuff. Like, sometimes you just need to apologize because you wrong. Like, you really need to sit back. She been on with this life coach for how many months, and you just now telling her that she need to sit back and take accountability for what she done did and all this other stuff. Like, come on. Sometimes you gotta sit back, figure out what you did wrong in the situation, and stop talking about what this person did to you and what this person did to you. And, oh, well, if she didn't come at me like that, then I will. No, sometimes you gotta sit back and be like, you know what? Yes, she said that. But maybe if I wouldn't have did such and such, or maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I should have just paused. Like, think about what you're doing in that situation. Evaluate yourself versus evaluating other people. And so, like, I don't know. She's saying that she want to go on it because they showed Tanya inviting her on a trip or whatever like that. And she was saying she's gonna have to think about it and stuff. Like, you really gonna have to think about it because you in the wrong. Like, you just need to apologize, make good, and then see if they want to accept your apology or not. But you need to apologize. Point blank, period. That was it for her. What was the next one? The next one I said about, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about when I said Cynthia, I forgot about them meeting up with Eva. So let me just throw that back in there. So, because I skipped that part, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know how I be doing. Y'all know. Y'all already know. But anyway, it's Cynthia and Mike. And they walking into the little restaurant or whatever like that. This restaurant was a little Married to Medicine too. But anyway, they walking into, they real cute. They're a cute little couple. And he was like, your booty is turning into a shelf. And she was like, top shelf. I was like, Cynthia, stop. But anyway, they was real cute. He going in, he's saying they gotta move in bed. Like if the guys win, then she gotta move to LA. If the girls win, he gotta move to Atlanta. I was like, boy, bye. Ain't none of that happening. But not based on no bet anyway. Even her husband Mike showed up. And they was just talking about how long they were separated before they moved in together or like that. Eva was separated from him in a long distance relationship for like 3 years before he moved to Atlanta. And so they were just kind of talking about how they need to work that out before they get engaged or whatever like that. Eva brought up the recording, and her husband was saying that if the recording was done in the conversation mood, then it's legal. But if it was done like they were just eavesdropping or they like bugged your room or something like that, then it was illegal. So that's the state of Atlanta. I'm not Atlanta. Jesus help me. In the state of Georgia, that is the law. But you know, the laws are different in different states. So in Georgia, people have the right to record you without your permission, and that's fine. So that's basically what they was talking about. Mike was mad. Like, Mike Chill, he was mad. He was like, whoever did the recording, they a piece of ish because all they wanted to do was start some trouble and blah, blah, blah. So he was upset about that recording, y'all. They played that little pin game where they throw the football at the pins or whatever, and Mike scored 5. Eva and Cynthia only scored 1. He's talking about, he lifted her up, talking about, yeah, baby, we moving to LA. She was like, boy, bye. Not off no bet. She ain't moving to no LA. I can't see her moving to no LA. And let me make sure I did. Cynthia, Candy, Kenya. That was it for this one. And then we get to Portia. So we see Portia, she meeting up with Marlo. They on this little pedal bike. It's like a booze cruise type thing, but it's like you pedaling and you power the little rod or whatever like that. But it does have like a battery in case the people get tired or too drunk to pedal or whatever like that. I seen it a lot in Florida, but I didn't know they had one in Atlanta. So Marlo, because she called Marlo or whatever on the intercom, she was like, "Yeah, girl, I'm here." She was like, "Okay, um." But she was like, "Oh, I'm riding around the corner in an orange Maybach with the top down." She was like, "Okay, okay, okay." She ran to that corner in a little pedal jane. I was cracking up, but Portia was game or whatever. They was just pedaling. Marlo was like, "I got your Henny and the hookah right here." So she had her Hennessy and like the hookah and stuff, and they was just pedaling and stuff. And then the man was like, "All right, y'all gotta really pedal. Y'all gotta really put." They couldn't get it. It took them a minute to get stuff pedaling. But I think more people is easier, but it was just them two. And at one point, it looked like somebody else was on there. It might have been like a producer or something, but for the most part, it was just them two on the bike. So it's a lot easier if it's a lot of people. And then sometimes they play music on there and all that other stuff. I mean, the ones I seen in Florida look real fun. So they was just basically talking. What happened? Marlo was saying that Nene was the only person that put her business out on the street with Greg, and Portia was like, "I don't think she did none of that. I don't think she really said much of nothing." And then Marlo was like, "Well, you ain't really sharing none of your business about you and your man and stuff." And she was like, "Well, I'm going through something, and I'm not really sure who to talk to or whatever, so I don't know, and I'm still trying to decide what I need to do. But when the time comes, I'ma tell or whatever." So she was saying that things was, what she say? I said that. Oh, so then Portia was saying that she was like what she did with Nene, that she was her friend. Like she talked to her, she cheered her up when she was going through stuff. She was there for her. She was a friend. Okay, not like how Nene was. She was a friend to her, so she really feel hurt and she feel upset, like because like that they were supposed to be, which is because shoot, Nene was saying like Portia was her little sister and stuff. Like, no, that's not what you do. You don't put your sister out on blast like that. Like, that's just ridiculous. But anyway, oh shoot. Marlo was saying that she was like, "Well, what did Michelle Obama say?" She said, "When they go low, you can." She was like, "My name is Portia and Matthew Williams. I ain't taking nothing." And Marlo was like, "Yeah, but you know how we let our men do us this way or whatever." She was like, "Nah, not me. That's why I ain't with Dennis now." I was just like, "Okay, girl." And here go Marlo talking about the men give us diseases, and she was going down the line. And Portia was like, "Diseases? Girl, what?" I was like, "Marlo, you trying to tell us something? You got the itchy. Okay, girl." But anyway, Portia was beyond drunk on that damn on that pedal booze thing. She was drunk, okay? They then rolled past the hot dog factory. Marlo, she Dennis' biggest cheerleader. She like, "Come on, girl, let's go ahead and get some hot dogs." Portia barely can make it up the steps. She falling back down and stuff. They go inside the factory. The bartender is like, "Where Dennis at?" Why you ask me that, sir? Stop. So he asked her that. She was like, "I don't know." But so since she got up to leave or whatever, because Marlo was trying to call Dennis and all this extra stuff, I was like, "She's doing too much." But anyway, they ended up calling Dennis. And because Portia was like, she wanted to let him know before somebody else told him that she was at the hot dog factory. Who cares? I don't know. Like, why would that matter? I don't know. But anyway, so she called him, let him know. And Marlo was like, "You need to tell him you love him. Tell him you love." Girl, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Go change your old man's pamper. But mind your business. Just stop. So she like, Dennis like, "I love you, Portia. I love you," or whatever like that. She was like, "Okay, bye." I was like, damn. So, but still, like, come on, like they not at that point where she want to say that stuff. Like, you can't intervene and push yourself in that situation, Marlo. Marlo was doing too much right there. I was just like, And so, what's she saying? Then Portia was saying how she still love him, but she don't want to like tell him because then it won't erase the hurt. Like just telling him "I love you" won't erase the hurt. Like she's still really hurting and stuff like that. And if she wanna she was saying in the confessional that she wanted to work on a relationship because she didn't want to do like an injustice to PJ or whatever. So anyway, later on, we see Portia at Dr. Sherry's house. Dennis walked in with this tight ass tracksuit on, but when he came in, Portia's whole face changed or whatever. Then she put a pillow between them, and then she was trying to move to the, like, it was a small love seat or whatever. She's trying to move down to the edge of the love seat. I was like, girl, the love seat ain't that big, and your booty is big, so stop. Like, that love seat was like this big. Come on now, Portia, where was you going? But anyway, she put a pillow in between them. I was like, what's that doing? Because he was just basically leaned all up on her. I don't know. But anyway, she looked uncomfortable, to say the least. And he was basically like, he made a mistake and he cheated. She was like, it wasn't a mistake. And stop saying it was a mistake. Like, just stop saying it was a mistake. It's not like you took the wrong eggs in, you plugged in the wrong address or something like that. That's a mistake. You cheating, you laying up with some other female, that's not a mistake. So she was basically saying he needed to take accountability for what he did. He needed to understand what he did and how he hurt. And then I don't understand what his reasoning was, because he was saying like, the pregnancy was rough for her, and he didn't want to have sex with her or whatever. And she was like, but we had sex every day, or while she was pregnant or whatever like that. Not every day, but while they was pregnant. Because he was basically saying he didn't want to have sex with her because she was pregnant. Was that what he was trying to say? I didn't understand that part. So you were going to cheat on me because you didn't want to have sex with me while I was pregnant? You couldn't wait until, like, we could have did other things. Like, I don't understand. But and Portia was saying that they had sex. So what was your excuse? And then he was saying like he was there for her during the whole postpartum thing, and like how they was crying each night and stuff like that together. So that just makes it look even worse to why you would cheat on her, because she was saying that she found the text messages after she had PJ. So that just makes it even worse. Like, you went through this she had a tough pregnancy, you cheated on her. She had postpartum depression, you was cheating on her. Like, come on. So you're not even building a good case for yourself, sir. So anyway, Dr. Sherry was pretty much telling Portia to like tell him how she was feeling, and Portia told him how she was feeling, and why she didn't want to tell him that she loved him, because it would just kind of erase everything, and he would just be back to feeling like everything was good or whatever like that, and that he didn't have to put no work in to get their relationship back in order and stuff like that. And you can tell, because he was pretty much like, he don't want the relationship to end, and he hoped she forgive him, and that he wanted to get back together, and that he loved her and stuff like that. But you could tell he really wasn't. And he said he was remorseful, but I don't know. It was just something about the way he was saying it that just said to me like, and then when he said later on, it just felt like once she accepts his apology, he just going to think everything just falls back in place. And no, like, you got to rebuild that trust, dude. Like, no, she don't even know if she can trust you anymore. So the way he moving, the way he acting, is like he just feel like it's just supposed to be water under the bridge. Like, I cheated, I apologize, let's move on type thing. And that's not how it's going to be. So anyway, they leave Dr. Sherry office, they hugged or whatever, and it was like a weird, awkward hug. And they hugged, and they in her truck or whatever, and he in the truck with her. He's saying, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. He complimenting her. And then he want to ask, can he come over? That's why I feel like once she's put out there that she loved him and that she forgave him and stuff like that, he just feel like it's water under the bridge and we should just move on. And no. And I'm like, did he drive there with her? Or was they going to, maybe they was going to lunch and they just want to take one car or something. I don't know. But that just, that ending, I was just like, oh, okay. Interesting. But we already know they're back together. But in this episode, they weren't. Or they were working on it. I don't know. But anyway, that was the end of this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know what you thought about it down there in the comments. And, if you like this video and you're just watching it or whatever like that, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button for me. And if you already subscribed and you know some friends that's going to like watching my crazy ass, in my opinion, then share it with them so they can subscribe. My goal is to reach 100 subscribers by the end of 2019. I'm already at 80. I just need 20 more. Thank you for your continued support, and thanks for watching. Until next time, y'all. Peace.